What is up, all of my horror fanatics out there? Welcome back to Late Night Frights. I'm the Late Night Frights horror leader, the J. Sloan or Jordan, back here to do another video for you. And as always, guys, I want to thank everyone for tuning in this evening. Now, last week we did horror battles, and if you haven't checked that out, please go do so. It was a great week overall. So, seeing as last week was horror battles, this week we are doing a theme, and the theme we chose to do for you is one that we have never done here on Late Night Frights before, and we are doing our Anthology theme. So it's a pretty self-explanatory theme. It's where each of us here on Late Night Frights this week will be reviewing an anthology film of our choice. And the one that I picked to review is a newer one that I've seen. It's been out for a while. And like I said, I haven't seen it up until about a month or two ago. It's one of those films that I've put off for so long, and I don't really know why. But boy, I wish I'd have seen it sooner because I really love this movie, and that is Trick or Treat.
Time of the year, there are a few guidelines all ghosts and goblins should follow. Always stay on sidewalks. Never go to a stranger's house. And never go out alone.
This is the one night that all sorts of things roam free. Sorry. All these traditions. Wait.
What?
You're supposed to keep it lit.
Why?
Ancient tradition? Putting on costumes.
I look like I'm 5. You look great. What did we do now? We meet our dates?
Jack-o'-lanterns.
Why are we here? To pay our respects to the dead? The Halloween school bus massacre.
They started to protect us, but...
Morning, guys. How are you doing down there?
Hiding buddies? Nowadays, no one really cares.
This one's still lit.
What is that?
It's them.
Oh my God.
Look at me. It's not a trick. It's real.
Tonight is about respecting the customs, not breaking them.
Okay, so Trick or Treat was made in 2007. This is a film directed by Michael Daughtry, or Michael Daughtry. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his last name, and for that I do apologize. This film stars Dylan Baker, Anna Paquin, Leslie Bibb, and Brian Cox. And it's a great anthology, guys. I regret putting it off for so long now. I don't know why I did, but I really enjoyed it. So now I'm going to dive into the plot. I'm not going to give too many spoilers away. I'm just going to give a brief synopsis over the film and then my final thoughts. So it is an anthology film, obviously. It's an anthology film set around Halloween, actually Halloween itself, which is really cool to see. I love the vibe. I love the atmosphere, and it's played out so well. And that's actually one of my favorite things about this film is, you know, it being set on Halloween and just the atmosphere around. The stories are great, but the atmosphere is what sells it to me, and I love that. So there's 4 stories. Each story pretty much interweaves with each other at the end of the film to make one big story, which most anthologies do. The first story is about a serial killing principal, and that was a really cool one. I really liked that one. The second story is about these sisters who are having a Halloween party, and there's a little extra party going on for them, and I won't talk about that. You'll have to see that in the film. The third story is about this old legend that all these kids were run off of this cliff by a bus driver, new, you know how teenagers are. It's about one girl who's kind of socially awkward. She's out there, and she's not, she's not welcomed into, to the society. She's not welcomed into teens her age. Everyone thinks she's weird. So these cruel teens play a prank on her, and that goes wrong. And then the fourth and final story to tie everything up is about a school bus driver. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything more about that. And there's one reoccurring character through every little story, and that is Sam. Really, really awesome film. If you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it. I know there's good and bad reviews on this film. Some people love it, some people hate it. Me personally, I love it. Thought it was great the first viewing, and just great acting overall. Really liked, if I had to say my favorite story, which is it's pretty difficult because they are all so great and they all interweave with each other. They all count for something. Everything you see in this film, from the first story to the second story to the ending of the film, what you thought you knew nothing about. The serial killer, the sisters, the cruel teenagers, and the bus driver. What you thought you knew, everything adds up to be so much better at the end of the film, and that's what I loved about it. Anna Paquin did a really good job in this. She is in a crazy story. I don't want to spoil anything, guys. I'm going to throw a hint in there. This should not give anything away to people who doesn't know anything about this film. I'm going to say werewolves. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. Watch the movie. That scene, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. That scene was awesome. I love that scene because it came out of nowhere, and everyone did a good job. Anna Paquin, who, like I said, was awesome in the movie for her role, and she also looks really good throughout the movie too, except for one scene. You'll know what I'm talking about if you've seen it. Dylan Baker, really good. Brian Cox, really awesome. Everybody, played their role perfectly. And I just love that. I love a good anthology, that adds up at the end of the film. The stories weren't for nothing. They actually mean something, and that's what I love in an anthology film. And the direction by Michael Daughtry. Once again, I don't exactly know how to pronounce his last name, and for that I do apologize. Was really good, and I love the Halloween setting. The effects were good. When a scene got gory, it got gory, and that's what I liked about it. Everything looked good, and the Blu-ray itself has a few special features on it. Nothing much. Nothing. It's not an exquisite Blu-ray, but the PQ is really good. Audio is good. I enjoyed this a lot during my first viewing, and many more viewings to come. This is definitely a film I can see watching around Halloween. Me personally, I watch the original 1978 Halloween. You guys know my favorite horror film of all time. I watched the entire Halloween franchise during Halloween, and many other horror films, and this is one that I will definitely add to the watch list every Halloween because it has such a great vibe and such a great atmosphere, great cast, great direction, great effects, great story. There's nothing else to ask for in a horror film or a horror anthology film, so definitely check out Trick or Treat, not to be confused with Trick or Treat, the other horror film, which sadly I haven't seen. If you haven't seen that one, please comment down below and let me know how that one is. But this one's badass. Definitely give it a watch. I'm looking forward to Trick or Treat 2. Can't wait to see that. It's going to be awesome, hopefully. Hopefully it's not a disappointing sequel because this one was so great. That is my review over Trick or Treat. So please comment down below. Tell me your thoughts over this film. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I'm really curious to hear what everyone has to say about it. Thank you so much for watching. You just watched Late Night Frights. Stay tuned, guys. Throughout the week, we have everyone's going to be doing a review over an anthology film of their choice. And that will continue throughout the week. Also, a little update here on the Late Night Frights Horror Chat number 9. Which was our Nightmare on Elm Street horror chat. If you follow us on Facebook, you know I posted about that. That should have been up yesterday, which was Sunday. Sadly, I'm having editing issues with the video, but that will be up by next Sunday, so stay tuned for that. You just watched Late Night Frights. I'm the Jay Sloan. Thank you so much for watching. Comment, subscribe, and as always, guys, keep it horror. Peace.